it's the VRC. La 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 la, it's the VRC. It's the VRC. It's the VRC. La 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 la. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And we are here with round 3 of the GTMC. No, round 4 of the GTMC Season 7. Round 3. I was tripping out, man. Yes. Hello, everybody. How are we? So let's start again. We're here for the GTMC Season 7, Round 4 at the Red Bull Ring. So what is the GTMC? Mayumi joining us in the chat. Good morning, thingy. It's midnight for them. And hello to you, Mayumi. Go to bed. And so the GTMC is a pure manufacturers-based championship where I should read the bump. No. Yeah, go on. They explain it better than I do. It's like I have to go and get Chandler to explain it to you. Hang on. So, the GTMC is VRC's only multi-category racing series with drivers representing a chosen manufacturer and competing in both Group 4 sprint races and Group 3 feature races for a 6-week-long season. This season will see a manufacturers-only championship. So we'll have a sprint race in the Group 4s of a chosen manufacturer, and then they'll move over to the Group 3s for a 40-minute feature race in the Group 3 said manufacturer. The choices, the drivers were put into a skills matrix, split and paired equally, and then I believe they got to choose their manufacturers. And shall we look at the table? And we'll work out who's got what manufacturer later. And there's a rule, I think, about 2 compounds of tyres in the feature race, but we'll suss that out as well as we go. So, at the top of the table, we have Nissan with Bazgon Psycho Racing, and that is, if you didn't know, Bazza and Matt Psycho. They're on 100... Mayumi in the chat saying my back hurts from carrying Spinelli Motorsports. I was going to make note of that, my friend. Don't worry when I get there. The Silver Arrows are second. The Mercedes team with Jokus and Guesty. They're on 192 points. That's what, 3 points behind Bazgon at Psycho Racing. It's tight. Garage 696 is third on 187 points, only 5 points away from second place, and that is the Ferraris of Jim 66 and Sharon, sorry. Fourth place, we have Penistone Oils Racing Team. That is the Aston Martin team. They're on 161 points so far in the season. Fifth place is Team Wondernuts, the Honda team, with Skyjacker and Big Dan. They're on 139 points. Bit of a reach for Penistone Oils, but it's still doable. Rumblebees are sixth place. That is the Jaguar of Racer Brown. And we saw Haza last week. And Pat, they're on 132 points. So Team Honda are in reaching distance for them. Seventh place is Mayumi Motorsports on 127 points. He's been let down by his teammate on every round bar one. He's had a stand-in. Then the stand-in couldn't sit in for the next one. And then, it's been a mess at Spinala Motorsports. But Mayumi has held ground, and he's seventh in the championship because Cofield Motorsports are in eighth. They're the Audis. They're on 96 points. And, I think Quick Up has been carrying that team for the season so far. That's the table. Probably wasn't all that straight because there was a lot of jargon and talking in between. And you know what I was meant to do? I was meant to be travelling down here for you whilst I was going through the table and chatting, just so you had something to watch. And I can't, because of my inability to do two things at once. but then I forgot. So, we are making our way down the straight that they will be hammering up in the Group 4 cars. They did some qualifying, and they've, for 10 minutes or so, at Red Bull Ring. I think I've told you it's Red Bull Ring. I might have missed that out. Very important. Red Bull Ring. And on pole, it's a Mercedes of Guesty. Fantastic stuff. I think he got pole last season as well, last race as well. So the Mercedes is absolutely fantastic over one lap. Second place, it's Shren in the Ferrari. The Ferrari looking very feisty this season. Second in the championship, battling those Nissans, and it's tight. Then we have Homesick Alien in third for Peniston Oils. The Aston Martin looking glorious. Staring down that straight, seeing if he can get away by the Ferrari. Then we have the Nissan of Matt Psycho, and the Nissans are on a mission to score as many points. This one is a true team effort to get on the top of that, keep on top of that championship table. So Matt Psycho holding up his end, he's in fourth. Then we have Spinala himself. It's Miyumi in the chat. Mercedes on pole, just like Hungary. It was a fluke, wasn't it? So, yes, the little Cayman came good in the qualifying of Red Bull, because all of Miyumi's moaning and groaning about it, he's dragged it up and in to the big hitters. And he's sitting there very tight. And if I remember rightly, does that car not go off the line rather swiftly? I think in the GT4 series, I believe. And it's Bazza saying evening to you, buddy. Hello, Bazza man. So, yeah, Miyumi in, fifth place. Brilliant stuff. The Lone Ranger, we'll have to start calling him. Here's Team Wonder Nuts, number one car, Honda. 99, Skyjacker in sixth. All right, I hastened. Sixth. Seventh is, I think that's Koi Carb, because I don't think there is no Liam Anfield. It's like extreme close up, innit? I'm all over the place. Extreme close up. So yeah, I think also Lonester on the grid, let down by his team fellow man. I hope nothing bad happened, because then I'll get messages saying, dude, I broke my leg. You are out of order. So that's I've lost count again. Eighth, I think. Eighth for the Audi of Koi Cup. Then we see the next team, Wonder Nuts Honda. He's never far away from his teammate. I'm surprised these guys aren't doing better in the championship, because they're consistent scoring mid-pack, which you think would help. But alas, it has not. I've heard them both vocalising how they don't like the Honda, which is a shame, because it looks so nice. But there's Big Dan in, what, shall we just guess? Ninth? What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th? Oh, then I was wrong about Koi. He was in seventh. In ninth is the Bazman, holding up his end for Nissan. Not that far away from his teammate, looking to score good points. What are you thinking, Baz? What are you thinking? We're sat right with you now. We're waiting for the lights to go out.
Look good on the Honda.
There's that first turn. You've got two Hondas to your right, both lame dogs. What's that in front of you? Is that the Porsche? No, it's the Audi now. The Audi's strong but very rickety in the corners, Baz. Right, so what you want to be doing is aiming up for the middle here, Baz. That's where you want to go. You want to burn out the Audi, because he can't get round the corner in that thing, because it's got a loose back end. Although it's the TT in it. It's a bit better, but it's still a struggle. Understeer City. And those Hondas, there, you'll burn them out of the line. Good luck, Baz. So that's Baz. I forgot what number. He's in that position. Then we've got Jokus, and he's got to get some good points today, because the Silver Arrows are in striking distance of the Nissans. In the chat, Miomi saying, those spoon rims always look good on a Honda. And Miyumi saying, is that flake paint, or is it Baz's car already wet? It did look a bit wet, didn't it? I did think that. Look, that mirror, maybe it's some sort of fleck in the paint. It's a good effect, though, isn't it? Because his windscreen looks absolutely dry as a bone. But yeah, this... Oh, I don't know, though. You look at that one. It's because it's got magic pixie dust on it. Matt Psycho's been putting magic pixie dust to get him faster. So, Jokus, big job, lot of pressure. Got to score points today, big man. Your team's second in the championship. It all depends on you, my friend. Then, talk about pressure. Fourth in the table. And Homesick Alien's not used to being fourth. We have Madalinsky just behind the Mercedes. You keep count. I can't be bothered anymore. Then we got Pat. He looks like he's a Lone Ranger today in the Jaguar. And it's tough. Oh, hang on. Never pass up a moment for a bit of sponsorship. Go on, scan that, you bugger. Right, now scan it. Pat in that position there. And then we have a super sub, Silver Star, in the Ferrari, holding up the back of the grid. And the Ferraris would like some points today as well. Gym 66. Other things to do than race, which is unlikely. It must have been very important. Right then, without further ado, because that's like the longest grid walk I think I've ever done, because I got carried away because we had that long stretch of road and everything. Let's get this race underway, shall we? 15 minutes in the Group 4 cars, racing soft tyres, pedal to the metal. Let's it begin. Come on then. So the Silver Arrows team off to a great start. Shiren a little slow, and it looks like he's getting swallowed by the Martin and the Nissan. No, he's tucked it in nicely as Shiren. He survived well, so now he's Homesick and Matt Psycho fighting, duking it out, and Miyumi jumping one of the Hondas, and Bazza also jumping a Honda, as did Jokers as well. Big Dan now and the Koi Carp has slipped down at the order also. Slow starting, and then we've got Pat. He's made a position because Madalinsky's dropped to the back, and it's crazy stuff. They're all just about survived. Oh no, Skyjacker and Matt Psycho. My word, it's got to be worth a look. Has it not? So here we go. We're leading up to the second corner. Mayumi just in front, braking nicely, and that's Bazza having a little sniff. Oh, Baz. I said that was Matt Psycho going slower, but the Bazza just nipping one around on Skyjacker. I think that grid talk he took quite personally and pushed a little harder than maybe he should have, and now he's crawling, waiting for the Honda. Pat now fighting the other Honda. He's having a look. Guess he still leads. And Homesick's just got to move down on Shiren. We'll have a look. Oh, it's going to be one of them races, isn't it? So Shiren in the Ferrari goes a little bit wide, touches the kiddie litter, and Homesick Alien doesn't need much more of an invitation than that, and he is through. And Shiren is there, left to Matt Psycho, because Matt Psycho on the outside. Can the Nissan stick? Like glue, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, but the Ferrari's back in the game again on the inside, and Matt Psycho's still holding the line. No, it's the Ferrari that's in front. It's the Ferrari that gets the move done, and Matt Psycho has to learn his place. It's behind the Ferrari. He's learning it from GT4, and now it's a repeat. Oh, Shiren going a little wide there, and Miyumi tucked up there, ready to get some moves done. He wants to get the... He wants to get his podium on. Joker's unbelievable race at the moment, and Koikar moving up. Madalinsky as well benefiting. Big Dan's dropped down even further. Silver Star in the Ferrari alongside Pat is side by side through turn one. Madalinsky, Silver Star, sorry, plants that one on him. Big boy move, Silver Star. Cracking stuff, cracking racing. Pat there in the shag, wondering what just happened to him. He just got... If he was in prison, and we're going to talk prison talk here, Pat just picked up the soap. Skyjacker and Bazza in their own little race at the back, and I'm sure they're still having a blast. They're on chat to each other as well. That'd be interesting to know how that chat went. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Oh, I'm not going to overtake you. Skyjacker, I bet you Skyjacker could slow down to 30 miles an hour right now, and Bazza still wouldn't overtake him. I'm watching him because it looks like Bazza's got the pace, and I don't think he's going to overtake him because he's going to feel all guilt-ridden and bad about knocking him off. No, he's not even trying. Bless you, Baz. Never change. You're a beautiful human being. Guesty leads this race. Sorry, I've been neglectant of the leader. It's Guesty, and he's doing a superb job. He missed out, did he not? I think last time he got pole, I think he got swamped on the line, or something happened. I can't remember him taking the win, but he may have done. I can't remember the beginning of this race 3 laps ago, so it's doubtful I'd remember. I remember he got a pole, so I was really excited for him. Homesick Alien chasing him down in the Aston Martin. Then it's the Ferrari. Miyumi's up into 4th. I'm missing all his moves. Matt Psycho, what happened? Who was there? Was he always in 4th? Someone else was there, no? Matt Psycho, the Psych Meister. Where is he gone? Where is the bloody... I'm losing my... He's there in 4th. Maybe Miumi would briefly past him. I thought I said Miumi would be 3rd and Joker's was up. But Matt Psycho is not... do not alter your screens. It's the voice that's got it wrong. Just getting old. But Matt Psycho's still there in 4th place ahead of Miyumi. I still feel like there's someone missing. That Miyumi was... Maybe that was Skyjacker. Joker's then. It's very tight, isn't it? It's very, very tight. The Audi's back in the game after its sluggish start. Madalinsky in 8th place. That's great for Penniston. Oh no, Jokers has just leapt into, not Koi, Jokers has leapt into the Shadow Realm through his own. Oh look, he tried to get that bad boy under control, even picking reverse at some point in that spin, and he recovers well. He hasn't gone to the back, and he can still see the Hondas, and with the pace of that Mercedes, I know it's so irritating, the pace of that Mercedes, then it even grates myself when I say it, but it's Duresti used to do it. He used to always call them Mercedes in F1 coverage, and it grated then. So now I pay it forward to you guys. So Joker's then 9th. Recovery, not too bad. How many positions did he lose though? 3 positions. 3 integral positions. And Guesty's still up there in the lead. Koikart now up into 6th. Big Dan is in 7th, being chased by the Aston Martin. And the Aston Martin is looking for Ice-T, Big Dan. Beware of the speedy Penniston Oils team car behind you. Joker's then 9th, back in the game. Oh, a bit wide there. Pat is in 10th. He's got himself back ahead of the Ferrari. After we saw Silverstar's great move around the outside, Pat has regained the power and the glory. Silverstar in 11th, super subbing for Gin 66, while Skyjacker and Bazza have caught him up. And Bazza, somehow, even though he's in the faster car, hasn't managed to get by Skyjacker. Interesting. He's doing exactly the same lap times as him. Is like, okay. You're soft, Baz. You're going to have to do something soon, though, because you're in a race. Guesty there in the lead. Whoa, did you see Guesty sling that one in? My word, through the final corner, kept his wheels in, and got himself a 36-second lap. Homesick Alien chasing him down, but Sharon is always there, always looking to get a move done. Matt Psycho, grand move in the grand drive in the Nissan. For the moment, he's lost the track. He's found the track. Then we have Miyumi hunting him down, but Koikart's got some pace. He's got some pace on the Porsche, and the Porsche is sitting duck down the straights, and the Audi is strong. He's looking for the move already. Oh my word. The move up the inside. Miyumi is not going to yield. Miyumi keeps that outside line, but the Audi's so powerful. just blasts by the Porsche, and the Porsche, all he can do now is put on a little bit of pressure and hope to push Kuykap into a mistake. It's a bit of an understeery car, is the Audi. Kuykap doing a fantastic job, and just look at that, the Porsche mid-corner got so much more on the Audi. The Audi struggling in that apex, but it's when it comes out of the corner, it's got such, oh, and it's sliding again. Mayumi will be looking for an opportunity here. Guesty still leads with Homesick in second, Shiren in third, Matt Psycho fourth, and we are watching Kuykap and Mayumi battling it out on track here. The Audi has got the grunt, but the Porsche is nimble on its toes in the corner, and it's a rate battle. Kuykap, if he gets a good exit out of this corner, he should be able to blast it down this straight and leave the Porsche a little behind here. But Mayumi is clinging on. There's no slouch to finding some speed in a slow car. And gets in that corner just right, but he got a wiggle coming out of it. And the Audi got its power down a lot better, a lot smoother. Big Dan then 7th place. He's chasing them down. He looks like he's got no pressure. Just a nice cruise. And he's hoping then to get into some mischief up ahead. But I think the Audi now has left Mayumi. Then we have Madalinsky, great lap times, 38s, 39s, is what we want to see. The Aston Martin chasing down the Honda. It might be able to catch him, although Big Dan's slapping down some 37s now, and Madalinsky might have to find a bit more pace. Mayumi saying the clouds are rolling in. Now this will be very interesting. They are allowed to pit in a sprint race for rain. If rain happens, they can come in. At the moment, I'm not seeing any wipers moving, but that could throw a real spanner in the works for Guesty out there in the lead if he goes past that pit lane and it does start to trickle. It's how long do you leave it as well, but it has been known to rain at Red Bull, so it'll be interesting if that does happen. Skyjacker, oh my gosh, what's going on along here? Skyjacker still ahead of the Baz, and they've both passed Pat and Silverstar. Silverstar and Pat resuming on their battle out the back, while Skyjacker and the Baz go by. Baz has done a 39.9 last time round, Skyjacker did a 39.2. Jokus is I'm sure he's racing him. But I can't help but feel that Baz would just sit behind him, even if he could get by. I don't think he would, because he's just too nice a guy. But we'll see. We're halfway through his season of not putting anything into the stewards. That was his New Year's resolution, I think. Pat then in the shag just ahead of Silverstar. Guesty leads this race. It's getting darker and darker out there, but still no driplets. She's not wet yet. Rub it a bit harder. Homesick Alien though, he's struggling. Is he struggling? Shiren is closer. Shiren's found the fastest lap in the race, and now the Ferrari, the goddamn friend of Homesick Alien, the car that he's racing in GT4. He's got one more round to go in GT4 before he can seal the deal and win that championship in the Ferrari GT4. And at the moment, in a different series, he's being hounded by the very car that might win him a championship, and that's got to be some sort of paradox, surely. But the Ferrari hounding the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin getting over to the inside to get very defensive very early. I don't even know if Shiren was close enough, but Homesick was not taking the gamble or the risk. Or he thinks, I could have braked later than that. And Shiren playing it safe, but Shiren seems to have it up the straights as well. And Homesick Alien, a sitting duck mid-straight. Shiren looking to get the move done before the corner. He's got his nose ahead, but he's on the outside. He needs Homesick to give him the space, and Homesick does give him the space. How gentlemanly. And now Shiren is up into second, and it's a straight... Oh, no, it's not a straight battle, but it's the Silver Arrows. What did I say? They were second in the championship, and the Ferraris of third. and Penistone Oil, I think, are fourth. So that hasn't worked well for Homesick Alien. The clouds, oh, it's dead grey now, isn't it? Yeah, we've got the Nissans at the top, the Mercedes is in second, and the Ferraris in third. And at the moment, we've got a Mercedes leading the way with Sharon in the Ferrari in second, and Homesick Alien in the Penistone Oil. Matt Psycho in fourth, just. And I know that after the first round, that Nissan got quite a nerf in when they redid the bop. But Matt Psycho doing the best he can with what he's got. And fourth place is the best he can. We're at 13 minutes. Wow, we're at 13 minutes. This race has been quick. Looks like that rain is holding off. With Koikart now in fifth and Mayumi in sixth. Big Dan is in seventh. Very close to the Porsche. Porsche did a 38.3 last time around. Big Dan doing a 37.0. I mean, even though it's getting cloudy, the tracks will be getting it's slippier. Jokers could never make an impression on that Aston Martin ahead of him. Madalinsky planting some lovely steady 38s with the odd dip into the 39s. Jokers there, 38, 37. He had the pace. He's got the pace to catch him. He's just not managing. It's getting very misty now. And Bazza, I think, his conscience must be starting to... No, he's still... Maybe Skyjacker's slowing down to see if he'll go by. Skyjacker experimenting with science. Probably in the chat saying, you can overtake me, Baz. Baz is like, I will not. I will never. I will never. Oh, no, Baz is going for the move. He's going to call me a liar. And Bazza pulls the trigger. No, he's not. He's not. He is. He's got his nose ahead now. And they were racing. I was wrong. I apologise. And Bazza then up the inside, or he just wanted to showboat and wait for the last lap. They're side by side. Homesick Alien. Skyjacker, I think, had to lift out of that one. And the Baz is now ahead. And I obviously was wrong that the Baz was going to sit behind Skyjacker the whole race. Silverstar in 12th, ahead of Pat in 13th. But Guesty at the moment on what must be his final lap. We've got 15 seconds on that clock. Is everyone going to get across the line? Madalinsky is tight. I think he's going to do it though. Madalinsky then crosses the line and to start the final lap. So does Jokers just about. Still got one more lap to catch up. That pesky Aston Martin. The Nissan of Baz comes home in 10th with Skyjacker in 11th. And Silverstar in 12th, Pat in 13th. Very close down at the bottom there. Guesty, no one's touching him today. Great drive. Sharon got that moved on the Aston Martin in the end, but it took him half a race to get there. Matt Psycho in 4th. No one bothering him in this race, really. And then we got Koikart. He was in the battles with the Porsche and Big Dan. I think he had to get by. Big Dan closed up lovely, didn't he, on the Porsche? Where did that come from? The Honda delivering a little late in the race. And now we've got Guesty coming up to the final corner. It is tight between the Aston Martin and the Ferrari there. And there's a whole gaggle of cars here wanting to get it moved on. But we want to watch Guesty as he comes down to the final corner. The Silver Arrows team, maximum points. Great stuff for Guesty today. And the Silver Arrows team. Fantastic stuff. A great win. Sharon then is going to get that second place with Homesick Alien bringing it home in third. Take a boo, my son. Matt Psycho for Nissan in fourth place. And Koikart there just keeping hold of that fifth. Mayumi sixth. Big Dan comes home in seventh. And Madalinsky stays ahead of Jokers. He's a bit wide there, but so's Jokers. And Madalinsky definitely is going to keep eighth place. Oof, look at that. My pause game is on, man. I've been practicing on TikTok. Mayumi said, radar said rain was coming. Probably rained after the race finished. Lol. Yes. But it was gloomy for a while there. I thought it was definitely going to rain. I don't think we've seen it in sprint races before. It would have been fun. So, Guesty is the man on top. And that surely must put the Silver Arrows at the top of the table as well. Sharon in second in the Ferrari doing a cracking job. while Jim66 is away. Super podium. Homesick Alien in third. Grabbing some much needed points, but they're on the wrong people. He does gain points on the Nissans, but it's not the Nissan he's chasing in Peniston Oils, it's the Ferraris he's looking at. Matt Psycho in fourth. Probably the best he could do with that Nissan. Koikarp, cracking job, moving up the field. And into fifth place. Great battling from Koikarp in the Audi, the lone Audi against the lone Porsche of Miyumi. Maybe them two should team up. Big Dan in seventh. Poor start from Big Dan. Great recovery to get midway up the field in the Honda. Madalinsky getting some good, much-needed points for the Aston Martin team. And that will help indeed. Jokus adding to Mercedes' dominance there, coming in ninth and putting them further away from the Nissans that are behind him. Bazza, who finally did get past the Honda of Skyjacker. And Silver Star super subbing for Jim66. Brings the Ferrari home in 12th, ahead of Lone Star Pat in the Shag You Are. And then we will flip it over. We'll watch the Merc cross the line. We'll flip it over. And we'll go and watch the Group 3s now, I imagine. The Group 3s are not going to be that steady around here. I imagine they're going to be rather shaky in the corners. They're much too powerful for this track. So, if you add a little race... Hang on, I've got to get my head together here. Yeah, that is the right one. He said he did warn me, he labelled it wrong. So, if there's rain, and that rain did look like it's coming, and then the feature race does usually follow the sprint race, so hopefully the weather pattern holds, but that does look rather sunny in that screenshot. Now, don't forget, when this loads up, do not look in the top right corner, because for some reason, they like to tell you the results, because they're big knobheads. It's gone. And here we go, we've got a rolling start. Of course, we had a special number. Hang on, I'm going to have to pause it. Everything's too much. It's too much all to happen all at once. So we had a magic number to say where the grid reversed. And where did Silver Star finish? 12th. No, not that far back. Hang on, let's see who's in the back. Poor Pat. Yeah, so the magic number must have been 12. And that puts Silver Star on pole just ahead of Skyjacker and the Bazinator in third. Great stuff for Baz and Nissan. Jokus in fourth. That's good. That car's quite beefy. With Madalinsky in fifth. Big Dan starting sixth. Miyumi starting seventh in the Porsche. Koikarp starting in eighth. Matt Psycho will be starting in ninth, with Homesick Alien in 10th. Shiren in 11th. Guesty in 12th. And Pat Doesn't Budge stays exactly where he was in 13th. And now we can continue. So it's a Ferrari on pole. Oh, hang on. Pat got boned by the roulette. He did. He really did. They're off. Sorry, I thought I'd be able to down that coffee before they started, but they beat me. So Silver Star leads into the first corner. Now I'm coughing on the coffee. Skyjacker is in second place with Bazza in third. I shouldn't have gulped that down. I'm really regretting my actions now. 1 second. There's moves there with Bazza getting the move on Skyjacker. I think he was on the outside. No. He didn't quite get it to pay off. And there's Skyjacker then. It's a melee down here. Joker's trying to get some movements going on as well with Madalinsky in Joker's car. There we see a type out. Bazza again having a look at Skyjacker as we come down the hill into the braking zone. And we're coming. I think he's off. Oh, and there's been a commotion. Oh my word. Joker's trying to come on through. Skyjacker going a little bit slowly. And Miyumi flew through. Wow, I don't know where Miyumi was. Shall we have a replay? That was a big one, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Silver Star then goes a little bit wide. and he's just trying to get back on. I don't know. I don't know if that was part of a spin or if he was trying to steer back to the track. But sorry, Silverstar, you don't want to keep replaying it. But I just wanted to see what it was like in Skyjacker, because that must have been crazy. So yes, coming into the third corner or something there, he goes wide onto the gravel. Oh, he does try to get back on the track, and it's probably not the best idea, as you've got 12 more cars coming down the track. Then Skyjacker's playing ping pong between an Aston Martin and Jocus, and I think he's not doing it on purpose, obviously, he's just bouncing around there. It's all move on. It's crazy. What a show. And Mayumi then takes the lead in the Porsche, with Big Dan in the Honda in second place, Koikarp in third in the very... I tried that Audi around this track. It's not a happy car. But Guesty, winner of the sprint race, they're in fourth, ready to collect some pieces from soon as that Audi decides to kill itself in the corner, because my word, it loves to. And Guesty then, he's going for the move up the inside. He knows of what the Audi is like and doesn't want to be involved, and he gets through. Lovely, a little wiggle as he leaves. Koikarp holds on to that fourth, with Madalinsky all up and in his sixth with the Aston Martin. Then we've got Skyjacker on a recovery and drive from here. Oh, and Madalinsky earlier on the brakes, catching out the Jocus and Skyjacker, both of them swamping Madalinsky, but Madalinsky manages to maintain position. Skyjacker, I think, gains off a Jocus, and now we've got Matt Psycho trying to find his way through, and Homesick Alien. They've all got their elbows out here. It is crazy, crazy time. It's only lap 2, boys. It's a 40-minute race, you know. No, and it's Skyjacker's into the barriers. My word, and it's such a beefy race. I feel like I want to watch that one. Sorry, Skyjacker, but no, it doesn't. Just looks like his Honda took a turn for the worse. Bazza comes around, the yellow flags are out, and Silver Star is making his way around as well. Mayumi leads in the Porsche. He's on soft tyres. He's ahead of Big Dan in the Honda, who is also on the soft tyres. Guesty has made his way from 12th up into 3rd, and I know there's been some incidences along the way, but still, you've got to say that's a drive. And Guesty racing today up and into a podium position. He's on soft tyres also. Then we've got Koikarp in 4th. He's on the medium tyres, so yes, even more of a cracking position for him, with Madalinsky on the medium tyres as well. Matt Psycho on the medium tyres as he tries to have a look up the inside of the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin is not being overtaken today. You go, Madalinsky. And now that's helping Homesick Alien. It's Penniston Oils working in unison together. Look at this. The Nissan cannot make a move on the Aston Martin, and now Homesick around the outside. No, can't quite get it to sit with the Nissan. And apparently, you know, the Nissan Group 3 car is still quite a beefy machine. So Matt Psycho will be wanting to get best use of that. Jocus in that Silver Arrows, trying to stave off the Shag and the Ferrari of Shiren and Pat. It's battling all up and down the field. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight to be seen. Homesick now. Has he got the job done on Matty Psycho? No, Matt Psycho has got the job done on Madalinsky. And Madalinsky then sits just behind. He's gone a little wide. Homesick Alien avoids. Goes up the inside. No problem there. But the Nissan now up into 5th. Chasing down the Audi. The 2 Aston Martins, 6th and 7th. And then we've got the Shag coming through of Pat, wanting to get by the Polish driver, and Jocus knows he should be higher in that Mercedes, and he nearly got taken by Shiren. Shiren having a real strong look up the inside of the Merc. Pat getting in the way of the Jocus there. He gives him a little love bump. Madalinsky then, he's got, it's all happening behind Madalinsky at the moment. We're in Pat's view. This is Joker's view. They're all going to take a look into the corner. Jocus gets the position. Does it pass? Look like he got a spinner on the go. Skyjacker then, he's further down than I expect. Oh yeah, he hit that barrier, didn't he? And so Pat then has dropped behind Skyjacker, and these guys are battle every single corner, every single lap. and they're going to destroy their tyres, but my word, it's great fun for us. Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien took no time in overtaking the Audi, and it does not surprise me. The Audi is an absolute, well, that Audi, the LM1, is awful. I drove it and I thought it was pants. So Matt Psycho then 4th place, but Homesick Alien in 5th, hunting down the Nissan. They all want the points. Honda doing a superb job in 3rd. Guesty though has got by. He's got the fastest lap and he's chasing down the Porsche, who's on rapidly decreasing soft tyres. The wear is real. Lap 4, 6 minutes into a 40-minute race. Quarter of a tank done. Yumi takes fastest lap. But Guesty's in the chase with Big Dan in 3rd. Matt Psycho chasing down the Honda. How far away is he? He's quite away, and it looks like the sun is just dipping down behind the trees here at Austria for round 4 of the GTMC7. Homesick Alien's going slow, is he? He's going slow. The Audi easily coming back at him. So I don't know what's happened with Homesick Alien there. It looked like he just went slow for a short while, maybe redressing something. Didn't feel his move was as clean as he liked, and has decided to redress with Coy. Who knows? But Joker's then in 7th with Bazza. Bazza's on the move. He's in that battle with Shiren and Madalinsky. Madalinsky's lost out now as the Baz and Shiren battling it out down towards turn 3. And it's Shiren around the outside. And Bazza keeps hold of it on the inside. Bazza in 8th. And the Aston Martin comes back at Shiren. And Shiren, that's what he tried to be bold, but he's got the inside now of the Aston Martin. He should maintain. He's got his 9th place back. And Bazza's squirreling. He's squirreling hard, and Shiren's having a close inspection of the rear of that Nissan. He fancies a piece of the Baz. The Baz has got to keep a cool head. Cool head for Baz. You can do this, brother. Joker's then up and into 7th. We said he should be higher. And Mayumi said he nearly lost the Aston. Okay, compromised his exit. So that's what happened to Homesick then. And down the straight, he nearly lost it. Had to reshuffle, regain. But that has left him open to Joker's. Joker's coming to life. 8 minutes into this race, and suddenly that Mercedes is feisty. And so Homesick Alien has to watch his 6 as he chases down Koi Kart. Matt Psycho on a mission. He's got the fastest lap as he chases down Big Dan in the Honda. Big Dan will feel like he's a sitting duck in the lame dog as Guesty chases himself a Porsche, who's doing perfectly fine being chased. He's done a 29.7 to Guesty's 30.1, and it's going to be a tough battle here. These cars seem to be the same pace as each other. It's the Nissan they need to watch out for later on in this race. He's going to be going long. He's on the medium tyres. The top 3 are all on the soft tyres. They'll be pitting earlier. Then they'll be going on to the medium tyres. No hard tyres. Oh no, I think the rule is if you don't what tyre you don't use in the sprint race. No, that was a different league. I forget. That might be this league. Was it this league? I don't reckon it was this league, but that did have 2 races. Let me check the rules. It might have been what they use in, but that seems ridiculous in the sprint race scenario.
Just 2 different compounds in the feature.
Yeah, it is just 2 different compounds. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but I knew that we had a championship where if they used the soft tyre in the sprint race, they couldn't use it in the feature race. But I think that was the Vision Championship. So many rules to remember, so many races.
The sprint tyre rule.
Yeah, VGTS was the sprint tyre rule. Yeah, see, it's just it's a multiverse of races, and I'm crossing all of them. It's hard to circumnavigate all these rules. And I used a big word there just to make myself sound intelligent because I get the rule wrong. Koi Kart then still ahead of Homesick Alien. Oh, it looked like Koi Kart gave us a little flash as he came over the hill then. Homesick Alien hunting doing down a 31.0 for Homesick in the Aston Martin. Koi Kart a 31.0 as well. And Homesick, oh, Koi's going quite slow. He just flicked, did he not? It looked like Koi Kart was going a bit slow in that corner, but no. Then we have the Baz going very fast, faster than the cars ahead of him. So Bazza on a mission to get himself an Aston and an Audi. He's going for all the A's. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to have a look at that barrier. He hasn't seen that one yet. Oh, Baz. Oh, Baz. So, Skyjacker, it's always when I'm looking at you, isn't it? It's never fair. I haven't looked at you most of the race, and when I do look at you, looking at beautiful and catching up the Aston Martins, you go and do a thing like that. So, Skyjacker will be grateful for the position with the beginning of his race. Yeah, you were saying that's quite a rare barrier to inspect. Well, it's probably one of the shinies. Needs it for his special book. He's probably thought, ooh, never look at that barrier. So the Baz ticking off his barrier inspection list for the Red Bull Ring. Jokers catching him up. Jokers was up. Where did he go? He did a 145 last time around, so Jokers had a bad one. And Pat's all over the back of him like a nasty rash. He's got a Pat rash. Whoa, Pat, sliding the Jag. That road must be greasy. Because it looks like they're all struggling with grip out there in the tighter corners. I said these Group 3 cars, though, would be a handful in those corners. Even some of them, I think, running traction. Daren't take the risk. Silverstar. He's been doing some good lap times. He's having to super sub. His first time in the Ferrari. It's a big ask. Miyumi then leads the way. 29.9 from Miyumi last time. Guesty at 29.4. Guesty going a little faster. Miyumi tearing his tyres up a little harder than Guesty is. It's a tight battle up the front. Big Dan being caught by the Nissan that's on the medium tyres, pulling out as faster laps as the Honda on softs, but them hot softs can barely call themselves tyres anymore. I doubt they can look at themselves in the mirror and say you're a tyre, because they are a worn out, tired old shell of a tyre than what they used to be. And Big Dan at the moment swashing around in the corners, struggling to get that accelerator down to get out of them.
Understand how I tear up my tires more while going slower. Controller curse, I swear. Nothing wrong with a wriggly Ferrari. Morning.
Jim66 saying nothing wrong with a wriggly Ferrari, and he says morning thingy. Hi Jim, how you doing, man? Matty getting the move done, and I don't think Big Dan put any kind of fight on that one. He knew his goose was cooked. Although he looks like he wants to come back at the Psycho, but his tyres are done, man. He's got a couple of good laps in them at best, and then he's going to be thinking of Pit Stop City. We're at 13.5 minutes. And there we see Koi Kart in 5th, still ahead of the Aston Martin, but the Aston Martin has drawn somewhat closer to the Audi, as we see the Audi wiggle in a straight line. I mean, that's how rickety that old beast is. And Homesick, we've had that lap taken off him, and that one in F1. They would have kept taking laps off him. Sharon, 7th in the Ferrari, after his 2nd place in the first race, and he's trying to rack up them points for Garage 696 to take the fight to the top of the table. The Nissans and the Silver Arrows, and at the moment the Silver Arrows and the Nissans scoring well, while Sharon down in 7th. It seems the Group 3 Ferrari just not on the money like the Group 4 one, with Madalinsky in the 2nd Aston Martin hunting himself a Ferrari. The Baz back ahead of Skyjacker. It didn't take long, and Joker's getting back on the horse again and trying to get that Mercedes further up the field. He needs the points. Silverstar in 12th. He's got himself ahead of the Pat. We saw Pat looking very wriggly in a corner early on, and Miyumi saying Skyjacker mowing the grass in the back. Oh, was he? Oh, right. His tyres are shot as well. He's got the same problem as Big Dan. Big Dan already behind Matt. Oh yeah, we saw him. He kind of bent over from Matt, didn't he? And Coy and Homesick locked in a battle. 15 minutes into this race, 5 more minutes still, halfway. The fuel's looking good, but the tyres on some of the soft runners up at the front are not. Big Dan being one of them. Matt Psycho's tyres are beautiful. Guesties, I suppose he's still got some meat left on. He's caught up Mayumi. What happened? He's been doing 29s. Mayumi's been doing 30s. Oh, I know that was a crap place to pull away, isn't it? Let me go back. Sorry, because I didn't need to do that. So yeah, Guesty's been reeling them out, and he's been rolling them off the wrist and getting some great times. And Mayumi only in the 30s. His tyres in it. Look at those tyres. They're absolutely shocking. And Guesty wins the tyre war. Oh, with a big weak sideways moment out of the corner, giving Mayumi a slight bit of hope that he could get back into the fight here. These cars are pretty similar, but it looks like the Porsche chews its tyres. Mayumi going an outside line, late on the brakes, but he's just not got the grips. But look at the ass end of the Mercedes, if you want. I nearly said Aston Martin, but why not? Ass end of the Mercedes all over the show. And Mayumi, he's got to stay in there, keep that pressure on, because it looks fragile in the corners, does the Mercedes. Matt Psycho, them tyres are barely done, son. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel. He's going to blow this one out of the water, I am sure. Big Dan, his tyres are done. He wants to go halfway, I'm sure, but what's he going to do? Homesick's got himself past Coy. Unfortunate for Koi Carp there. Did a great job keeping the alien at bay, but now Homesick is through and up into 5th. And he's chasing down a poor stricken Honda there. And he does go in. He's, can he get that? Yeah, he'll get that fuel to last, surely, for the rest of the race. It's bastard tight, though. I mean, it'd be really tight. And Mayumi saying synchronized drifting, with Mayumi and Guesty going through that corner together sideways. And they're still at it. It's a beautiful battle out there between the Porsche and the Mercedes. Matt Psycho reeling off those fastest sectors like they just don't matter, although Guesty's got the fastest lap of the race so far. I thought Matt Psycho had it, but no, Guesty's the man slapping them in. Homesick Alien up into 4th ahead of Koi Carp. Koi Carp still on the scene though, don't count him out. Shiren getting ever closer. He was down, wasn't he? Where's he come from? He's up into 6th. He's got past Madalinsky. The Baz is on Madalinsky. Big Dan's dropped nearly the whole field. Joker's in 9th now. Silver Star in 10th. Skyjacker, he's had to pit before to put some softs on. Big Dan's back out with a set of mediums on. And I imagine he's aiming to try and go the whole way. But that's going to be a struggle. Skyjacker knows it's not going to work. So he's just changed his tyres, I think, and just tops a little fuel up. He's going to two-stop this bad boy. And Pat's had to come in as well. Is he going to short load? No, he's filling up. He's going to try and get to the end, but it's a tall order. We're not even halfway yet. Guesty's fuel has started flashing. Mayumi, plenty of fuel. Tyre is his woes. He can't live with the Mercedes in the corners, and the Mercedes stretching his legs, but he's running out of fuel. Matt Psycho, neither running out of fuel or having tyre woes. That Nissan's looking strong, you know. The Nissan is looking very strong. Someone's getting a blue flag out there. Who's getting a blue flag? Is it Pat? He's out the pits. And I think it's Matt Psycho that's catching him up in 3rd place. Koi Carp, 4th. So Homesick Aliens dipped into the pits. He didn't need to. That's an interesting strategy. He's gone similar to what Big Dan's done. Early a stoppage. Medium tyres. Gone another? No, you've got to use 2 compounds. He must have gone softs. He was on mediums, wasn't he? Or was he on softs? He's gone to softs. Full tank. Jokers is in as well. He'll be changing to the soft tyre. This is an earlier stop than I would assume from a lot of them, especially as those soft tyres aren't even getting halfway, and there's some crazy guys out there who are going to try and take them over halfway. So this race is blowing my mind, man. They're early pit stops, so Mayumi's bringing it in. That is dead on halfway. That is probably about right. He can put the medium tyres on now. That will save him fuel. And Guesty's in as well. So the 2 stopping near enough dead on halfway, which is what you expect. Matt Psycho's going to go for another lap or 2. He's going late. He's heard those soft tyres are not good. Koi Carp then, he's coming in for fuel, not for tyres. He didn't. Well, he's going to get tyres, but it's not what's forcing him in. Shiren can go. The Ferrari, stretching his legs there, has got some beef. He's got some meat on the tyres, got a lot of fuel left, a lot more than Matt Psycho as well. So the Ferrari going very deep into the race. Everyone else seems to be coming into the pits. Not the other Nissan though. The Baz up into third place now through the pit stop craziness. Guesty's still in the pits. He's been serviced and he's back out on track now. Fourth place, but no one's pitted ahead of him. He is the fastest man in this race. He won the sprint race. Everything's looking good for him, but that Nissan could be a problem. Mayumi onto the medium tyres, the Porsche. His problem wasn't fuel. Oh, yeah, no, his problem wasn't fuel. His problem was the tyres. So the medium tyres now, he might be able to put up a bit more of a battle to the Mercedes. Silverstar in that Ferrari, the bottomless pit fuel tank of the Ferrari. He's going to have to pit this lap, but he's up into 6th place now after starting on pole, going to the back, and now up into 6th. What a cracking race. Big Dan in 7th. He was there in 4th place. He's being hounded by Homesick. Homesick has made big gains, big gains through the pit stops. Matty Psycho's come in. He's come into the pits. He needed to, really. The fuel wasn't as good as I thought it was. Shiren could possibly get another lap out of this. Will he? Will he? Of course he will. Given the opportunity. Do you know where the track is? Do you need a map? Oh, he shouldn't have gone that wide. He's thrown it all away. Any advantage he'd get from getting that extra lap in just disappeared. As Bazza brings it in, plays it safe. Guesty's there. He's going to go up and into 2nd place. Oh, my heart goes out to Shiren. Poor soul. He went out wide and he floored it. Tried to cut across the grass and it bit him. And he's now inspecting barriers that no one usually inspects. Guesty then back out on pits, medium tyres, not even a full tank of fuel. Mayumi has lost some ground to him. Similar fuel, medium tyres, but I think with the degradation of his tyres in those last couple of laps, he's lost. You probably should have undercut him, shouldn't you? Thinking about it now, I mean, Captain Hindsight. But yeah, if you pitted a lap or two early, he may have been right on his tail. We'll never know, will we? Because the medium tyres are pretty slow as well. But he was on the medium. Wasn't he on the mediums? Guesty, unless there's been a problem here, I don't think Guesty's used soft tyres. I think he was on medium tyres. He barely used his tyres. Was he on soft tyres? He was possibly on soft tyres. No, it was Matt Psycho on mediums. Sorry, now Matt Psycho's on softs. Yeah, Guesty's onto the mediums. So yeah, maybe Mayumi would have lost too much time coming in early because he would have been on medium tyres, whilst Guesty, whose soft tyres were still okay. Shiren does come into the pits, but unfortunately I think any advantage he's gained on anyone he's going to have lost because of that spin in the final corner. I assume he'll come out possibly behind Kuikart, maybe even Skyjacker. The Baz and Skyjacker in a beautiful battle down here, developing lovely. Baz has come out of the pits behind 9th place. Skyjacker on a recovery drive. We think he's going to have to make another pit stop because he hasn't put in enough fuel to get to the end of this race. Shiren still in the pits. He's dropped down behind Big Dan now. Kuikart, what did I say? Skyjacker. It could be even Baz. He's put the soft tyres on. This is painful for Shiren. He was 6th before the round of pit stops. He's lost that position. He's ahead of Skyjacker and Baz though. It's only really the one position he's lost out of that is Kuikart. And I think Big Dan's lost a position to Homesick Alien. So Matt Psycho in 3rd, chasing down the Porsche. It's not a big distance between the two of them. Mayumi managing 31.6s. The Nissan's on the soft tyre. And that rain didn't even come, did it? Look, we're way over halfway in this race now. I thought we were going to see a little drizzle around the bull. Thought we were going to see the sweaty bull testicles. But no, it's all dry. Powder puff dry. So Guesty then leads this race as he did in the sprint. And Mayumi in second, holding up Spinella all by himself. Is the Verstappen of the VRC world. Matt Psycho getting the fastest lap. He's on those soft tyres. I mean, if you're a betting man, if you had one of those apps, you'd be trying to put some money on him before the odds go too far out. Because, I mean, look, did a 28.9. Mayumi's doing 30.5. Guesty's doing a 30.1. He's at least a second faster than the guys ahead of him. He's not that far behind. The dude's going to win this race. Unless the Nissan kills its tyres, but it was very friendly to its medium tyres. So I have every confidence that it's probably going to look after his soft tyres. It's getting darker, so the track will be getting cooler. And they're getting a lovely wind down the straight. A lovely gust of, what is it, 1.7 meters a second gust of wind, tailwind. Although that can't be helping with the braking into turn 2. So Matt Psycho is really catching up with Mayumi, and now there's not much Mayumi can do about it. With those medium tyres, Guesty is hoping Mayumi can just hold up the Nissan for about 14 minutes, but down the straight with the, no, not yet, yeah, they've crossed the line. Matt Psycho getting the move done early doors on Mayumi into the first corner, late on them brakes because he's got the lovely sticky soft tyres on. Mayumi trying to have a comeback. This is where the wind is giving him a good push from behind, and it might unsettle the cars into the second corner. Mayumi having a look around the outside, trying to do it late on the brakes, but the Nissan has the strength, and there's barely any room there, but I don't think Mayumi was ever up alongside him anyway to take advantage of any space given, and that's the Nissan up and into second place. Textbook racing, beautiful stuff. Mayumi still trying to battle it back though. He's like a dog with a bone, he won't give it up. But that Nissan really has got plans on the shadies out in front. Homesick Alien. Is he being caught, Big Dan? No, I think he's just put a lap on the other Honda. Yeah, he's just put a lap on Skyjacker. He's out there having a bit of fun, I think. Soft tyres, low fuel tank. He's going for fastest lap, I think. Big Dan in 5th place. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad points for the Wonder Nuts. Big Dan sticking to the programme. He's got the Audi behind him. That's not bad as well for the Audi. 6th. How he's kept it on track, I don't know. It's a beast to drive, but Shiren is trying to gain that position back he lost just before the pits. And he is hounding that Audi. Let's get on board. Or with, shall we go alongside? Let's ride shotgun with Shiren as he chases down an Audi. We are 28 minutes past into this race. 28 and a half minutes really. And there we go, getting that beautiful toe. Pulling up alongside the Audi, giving Kuikap a little wave as we're late on the brakes. We're on the racing soft tyres. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you overtake an Audi. And the Audi's still there though. It's got beef down the straights. It's on medium tyres. And he's going to try and go for a move around the outside. But the Ferrari has got it covered, sir. And there, Kuikap did all he could do, really. He's got the grunt down the straights to keep with the Ferrari, but I'm afraid, oh, he's got more than the grunt than the Ferrari can have. He's having a look up the inside, but he has to brake. It's a dangerous corner to try and play late braking in. You end up outside in that kitty litter, as we saw with Silver Star in the first race. And Mayumi said, hope you enjoyed the classic Matt versus Guesty battle. That's bound to happen. And Mayumi said, I had a good front row seat. Is it happening yet? So Shiren's up and into 6th. That's Kuikap 7th. The Baz in 8th, ahead of Jokas in 9th. Jokas needs to get... Oh, he's miles from him. Yeah, it's not too far. Madalinsky in 10th in the Aston Martin. We've got Silverstar in the Ferrari 11th. Great stuff. Subbing in for Jim 66. Pat 12th in the shag with Skyjacker out there. He's now put the medium tyres on, so he's made another pit stop somewhere along the way. And Guesty then at the moment enjoying a little peace and quiet out in the lead before the Nissan brings the noise. And Guesty is just, he's pushing, isn't he? He's pushing, he's trying to stay away. Trying to stay away from the machine that is Matt Psycho in the monster that is the Nissan. And Guesty then trying to push that Mercedes to every inch of what it's got in it on the medium tyres. Remember, Matt Psycho on those softs, and he's not destroying them in any shape, way or form whatsoever. So Matty Psycho is on it as Guesty, all he can do is just keep slapping in those lap times and hoping for the best. He's doing some great lap times on medium tyres, early 30s. There's nothing more in it, but as Matt Psycho's smashing in the late 28s, it's over a second a lap faster than Guesty. Guesty squirreling over the hill again. Matt Psycho is loving the sight of that as he draws ever closer, and Guesty's time to get your elbows out, bruv. This is a championship. That Nissan and the Silver Arrows fighting for dominance at the top of the table. It doesn't matter where their teammates are down the field. What's important between these two is who stays ahead. Koikart making a pit stop. Interesting. Only 9 more minutes left of this race. He's got just under half a tank. And Matt Psycho trying to get the move done early. Guesty making it awkward. Getting on the inside of the corner and giving Matt Psycho no view of that inside line. Matt Psycho, sometimes you can try and tuck it around the outside there to be on the inside for the next corner, but Matt Psycho more respectful than that. He thinks, I can wait, I'm a patient man. So Matt Psycho trying to find a bit of room around the Mercedes, and this is a battle of battles. Not inevitable at all. I don't think I called this very early in the race when Matt Psycho wasn't hurting his tyres at all. Matt again around the outside, and the Mercedes squirreling around, trying to find a bit of grip with those medium tyres. And Matt Psycho again down the straight, trying to get a toe, trying to get that inside line into the first corner. Guesty, as he's not going defensive, bold move from Guesty. He's taking the race in line, he's not yielding, he hasn't given up yet. And Matt Psycho, all he can do is sit on the back of the Mercedes and hope for a mistake, because Guesty has got it covered at the moment. Miyumi in third, Homesick in fourth. Sharon has got past Big Dan. Past Big Dan. Let's have a quick look as I just saw it happen. So Big Dan there, coming up to lap his teammates, and Sharon is having none of that. Late braking into the final corner, near enough cutting the apex. Unbelievable stuff from Sharon, really bold as he took it into that corner. Matt Psycho still following the Mercedes, and Miyumi is in third, Homesick Alien in fourth. He's got no chance of catching up Miyumi, has he? He's on the soft tyres, he's doing 29s, but Miyumi is keeping it into the mid to low 30s. He managed a 29.6 early on those medium tyres. Matt Psycho still pushing on. He's having a rest, recharging the battery, planning his attack. He doesn't want to be obvious. He wants Guesty, lulling Guesty into a false sense of security, possibly. Not attacking straight away, just waiting like a lion against a gazelle. And that gazelle is unaware of what is about to come upon them. Guesty's aware. He knows the Psycho. And Matt then biding his time, waiting to make his move down this straight again into the toe, but he just isn't. He's getting closer to the Merc, but he's just not getting purchase into the corner. And Guesty's got him covered at the moment, squirreling out of the corner, but even Matt Psycho can't get that traction down. This has been the best position yet. Guesty's having to take a defensive stance on the inside. Matt Psycho's going to go around the outside. He's ahead of him, going in, but it's the braking zone. He's got to give space, and Guesty's through. Guesty is through. Guesty again, oh my word. Guesty is driving on the edges of his nerves right now. Everything must be standing on end on Guesty as he fights the Nissan on soft tyres. Matt Psycho again around the outside. Is this the one? He's going to flip it to the inside, hoping the Merc slides out, but no go, no gift. And Matt Psycho again. We're at 35 minutes. He's got 5 minutes left. And Guesty looks like he's gone a little wide there. And that's given Matt Psycho the opportunity for the inside. But Guesty says no. Guesty says no. That's not the opportunity you need. And Guesty's there. Matt Psycho's just ahead. My word, they're side by side. And I think Matt Psycho has finally got it stuck. With 5 minutes to go of this race, and Guesty, there was not much there. I think the car just slid out a little wide there, and Matt Psycho said, oh, I've got no grip. I've got plenty here on the inside. And Matt Psycho then scoops through and takes up first place. What a battle. Guesty in second, Mayumi in third. Then we've got Homesick Alien in fourth, Sharon in fifth. We saw him getting that move done on Big Dan. Now, is Bazza going to get the move done on Big Dan? Skyjacker's out of place in between the two of them. He's under blue flag rules, so he can't even be helpful to his teammate when the Baz arrives. Skyjacker must oblige and let him by. But at the moment, the Baz has not arrived. He's just about to arrive. The train's pulling into the station, and Skyjacker moves to one side. Beautiful stuff. So the Baz then chasing down a Big Dan, and he could surely get that 6th place. And where is Jokus? Down in 9th. Jokus, he's where is he? Koikarp is miles ahead of Jokus. It's very unlikely he's going to catch up Koikarp, and I'm sure we saw Koikarp pitting again. So Jokus must have had to make a second pit stop. I think he has just. So Jokus on a soft set of tyres, but so is Koikarp. And yeah, watching them battling up ahead, we've missed a bit of a battle in the middle there somewhere. Madalinsky's in 10th, and Silverstar wants that position. He's doing it for Jim 66. He's on the outside. He's had to back out of that one. He's got Skyjacker. No, Skyjacker's nowhere near him. They're cool. They can carry on racing. Who are they just catching up? Are they catching up Skyjacker as well? That's Madalinsky. That's Silverstar. Oh, is that Matt Psycho? Oh, Matt Psycho's in amongst them. I was thinking who's the Nissan. It's Matty Psycho. Has that helped Guesty out? It hasn't, has it? But then Guesty's slowing, and Mayumi is starting to catch up with Guesty. Mayumi is sniffing a 2nd place here. Guesty has lost, or Matt Psycho's broken him. He's a broken man. He's dropped into the 31s, and now the Porsche is setting his sights with 2.5 minutes left of this race. And the Porsche is sniffing 2nd place. Mayumi might get that Guesty by the end anyway. Guesty, they're coming up to lapped cars as well. That always makes life difficult. They've already had to let Matt Psycho. Oh, Guesty's dropped the bad boy. My word, my good golly gosh. Look at him, he's gone in. That was barely nothing. That was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Poor Guesty. Homesick Alien is too far away, I reckon. Guesty gets moving again, might be able to maintain that podium. And Mayumi for Spinella is up there again. And Mayumi in the chat saying blue flags became a huge problem for this part of the race. So Matty Psycho flying high. Mayumi coming up to the battling cars. They're not even at the back. I mean, they're battling. Silverstar again around that outside. He's made it stick this time. And Madalinsky down and into 11th place. Madalinsky may have had to make another pit stop as well because his tyres are on softs. Missed a load of pit stops. But can Silverstar get to the end of the race? His fuel is flashing. And he may not. He's going to lose the car around the corner. Oh my word, Madalinsky is through. Mayumi's going crazy on his blinkers. He's like, I know you're racing, guys, but I want to come through. We've got Guesty chasing him down, but Guesty, it looks like that Mercedes is suddenly behaving terribly. And Mayumi then, he's got past one of the markers, and he's chasing down Madalinsky, giving him another flash, saying, get out my chuffing way. I'm in a race here for 2nd place. You're not catching up Matt Psycho. Cool. But yeah, he's struggling to get past the back markers. Guesty, he's going to have to look after that fuel. Is this the final lap? We're into the last minute. It must be. Will Matt Psycho cross the line before a minute? He could be. Oh, he will, for sure. Matt Psycho will get another lap. Mayumi will possibly get another lap. Guesty, I think, won't. So, Matt Psycho, Mayumi, Guesty, Homesick Alien, Shiren, Baza in 6th, Big Dan in 7th, Koikap in 8th, Jokus, he has caught up, no he hasn't, sorry, Jokus in 9th, and this is the battle, Madalinsky and Silverstar going at it, but Silverstar is he going to have a fuel left? Madalinsky gets to cross the line, and Silverstar is your first finisher, with Mayumi finishing in 2nd. Oh gosh, hang on. That all went a bit crazy. So Matt Psycho, it's because I thought Mayumi was going to get across the line. So Matt Psycho gets to do a victory lap as Mayumi finishes in 2nd place. Great stuff. And I think that was Silverstar crossing the line as well ahead. And Skyjacker's not quite there. Who's next to cross the line then? It's Guesty, of course, in 3rd. Homesick Alien, take a boo, my son. Homesick Alien getting 4th spots, with Shiren in 5th, battled hard throughout the race in the Ferrari and grabs himself 5th spot, with the Baz in the Nissan in 6th, and there's a Nissan going around in the leads, and he could pull over if he wanted. And that's 6th place for Bazo, great drive. Big Dan coming around in 7th, good drive really. He was there 3rd, he did as good as that Honda's probably going to do, and a trickle of fuel left in the car as he brings it home in 7th, just ahead of his teammate who's a lap behind. And then Koikart brings it home in 8th. Joker's getting 9th in the Merc, and Madalinsky, he's got no chance of catching up. Joker's, where's Matt Psycho in the mix of all of this? So it's Pat crossing the line for 13th, ahead of Madalinsky. No, who was behind Pat crossing the line then? Someone did. Oh, I'm just going to go to Matt Psycho, you know. It's too hard. And there he goes. He takes the win. Matt Psycho, beautiful drive from the Nissan. And then Madalinsky comes across. Oh, no. He's halfway across the line. Oh, maybe not, because it hasn't gone yet. Wowzers. Wowzers, boys. Crazy days. Crazy race. Fantastic stuff. I'll never call it Red Dull Ring again, will I? Mayumi saying was a nice race. Got to really figure out my tyre wear issues, though. Some black magic going on there. I saw, was it Haza? Or, yeah, Haza was giving you some tips in the Discord. Turn your squealy thing up louder. Turn the squeal up. And when you hear it squeal, don't squeal. It's easier said than done, isn't it? So we're going to have rubbish shots of all of these cars. There we go. That's not too bad. So it's Matty Psycho, 4th in the sprint race, I believe, and 1st in the feature race. And it's something like double points in the feature race. So they're the ones he wants to be winning. And I think that may be enough for Nissan to clench back the lead of this championship. But it's going to be very tight. And the Porsche ruining Guesty's day, getting in there in 2nd place.
Yeah, I got to really practice for today. Been playing the Crew Motorfist beta all weekend long, grinning face with sweat.
Mumi saying, yeah, I've got to really practice for today. Been playing the Crew Motorfest beta all week end long. Oh yeah, you'll be drifting it at the next track then. I don't even know where you are. I know you're in America, but I mean, what track you're racing today? So Mayumi gets that 2nd place, holding up Spinella all by himself. Is Silverstar going to stand in permanently? I saw talk in Discord that Silverstar is going to step into the Porsche and become the permanent Porsche driver for the rest of the season for the last 2 rounds. Is that what's going to happen? Who knows? We'll see next round. Guesty in 3rd place. Poor Guesty. Looked like nothing, didn't it? He was on the curbs. That's no good shots of the Guesty. Just his headlights.
Yeah, he should for this and next round.
Yeah, he should be. He should for this and next. So yeah, we'll see. He's not super sub anymore. He's permanent Porsche driver. Great stuff from Silverstar. Well done. So Guesty, I think he might have raced in every race. This, say he's a reserve driver. I think Silverstar's raced in every round. Maybe not the first round. I'm not sure. But after that, I think he's been in a Porsche for sure. He's been in a Ferrari, and I think he's been in an Aston Martin. He's been all over this grid. So that's 3. Yeah, he's been in 3 rounds. Surely. Well, this will be the 3rd round. Yeah, so maybe not. I think three of the 4 rounds this season Silverstar's taken part in. Fantastic. Thanks, Silverstar. You're a star, man. That's why you got star in your name, I guess.
The first round was the only race where everyone showed up.
Yeah, it always is. Mayumi saying I think the first round was the only... No, because Liam forgot what day it was, so Liam didn't turn up, but he didn't know, so we couldn't get a reserve in for him. So, Guesty then, 3rd. Take a boo, my son, although I imagine he feels 2nd was on the cards. I don't think he could have ever... He did a great job keeping Matt Psycho behind, but I honestly don't think he could have kept them realistically behind for the rest of the race. But that 2nd place was on. The Porsche was putting on pressure, but the tyres were okay on the Mercedes. I just think he climbed onto the curb too much, put down the accelerator, and the back end punished him. Rome Sikalian, great driving the Aston Martin. I think that's the best he was going to hope for. Won it 4th place in the end, but he had some good battling to get there. Sharon, he fought his way through and did a great job for the Garage 69.6 in 5th place. Bazza in 6th. 6th and 1st for the Nissans. That's definitely got to put them up there, hasn't it? Big Dan in 7th for the Wonder Nuts. Doing it again, Mr. Consistent. I'm not even trying with these cars. Look, that one's not even on the screen. It's pathetic. I've got a good one of Jokers then. I won't get that back. So it looks like that's as good as it's going to get of the Audi. So Koikap carrying his team all by himself, 8th place. Had an interesting race. He was up there, wasn't he? Fighting it. Jokers in 9th for the Silver Arrows. And unfortunately, he needs some more points in the next 2 rounds to help Silver Arrows take this championship. Madalinsky in the Aston Martin in 10th place, ahead of the Super Sub Silver Star, standing in for Jim 66 in the Ferrari in 11th. Skyjacker, it just from lap 1 never got started for him, and I think he did a bit of science in the middle. So Skyjacker in 12th with Pat bringing the shag home in 13th, also missing a teammate. Right. I'm going to quickly look. I know we don't want to drag all this out, but I don't want all that on there, because sometimes the thumbnails don't go on straight away and you don't want to see the results.
Past Rumblebees. Hopefully we can keep that with Silver Star Racing.
And Miyumi saying, I think with that 2nd place, Spinala passed Rumblebees. Hopefully we can keep that with Silver Star Racing. Well, yeah, if Silver Star gets in, that's more points. And he's done well today. I mean, 11th place, but he was battling, wasn't he, with the Aston Martin. Madalinsky, he was fighting hard, and I think he just burnt up a bit too much fuel. So, our next stream, although I've seen it, actually, Miyumi, you've put those replays up. Are they worth doing replays of? Is it the Honda versus the Miata, or whatever? You're the one I saw. You tagged them with VRC. There was a little practice. There was a test. But if there's only like 3 people in it or 4 people, it's not worth doing a stream. I was just asking Miyumi, but he's gone. I was talking to you. Ignorant. Only here for the racing. Not interested in the chat at the end. Oh, yeah, the GT4s. I believe they'll be getting... Oh, yeah, he's answered.
Not really. I couldn't see
not really.
The final one with Big Dan leaving so quickly. Only 5 people showed up. Was a fun event, though.
No, they look good. The cars look good. I didn't look at the replays. I just saw they were up there when I went searching for this replay and thought, ooh, is that a little gem on the shelf? Or is it just what it was, a bit of a test? Right then. So, Group 4s, they'll be getting streamed pretty soon, not today. And they're going to be at Daytona Road Course, the GT4 Championship. Then we've got Oh, well, they're not even raced the next round of GTMC, which that will be at dun, 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 Suzuka. So that could be wet and it could be dark. And I do believe the golfs are starting this week as well, the little golf GTI. So plenty of streams coming your way, but there's a definitely
We
the
were
final
slowing down for
GT4
each other
Championship
just to test the
race.
cars, etc.
And Miyumi saying we were slowing down for each other just to test the cars, etc. Okay. No, fair enough. Yeah, you're right. That is it. I think I've told you everything that's coming up. If you ever want to join our community, go to www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. I haven't read that out for ages, have I used to be able to say that really quick. I struggled with that one. For all of the information you need, and there's a link to get into our community, which is Discord. We are a lovely bunch of people. Come in and say hello. Big Dan will give you a huge cuddle. Right. That's it, I think. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Isaac Toes. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club, where we promote world peace. It's important. Peace and love. Peace and love.